Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. So in today's video I'll be telling you about a very special car and also a very rare car that you have never heard before or never seen before. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So in this video I'll be telling you about how rare this car actually is, and I will also tell you the features of this car and explain you why this car is so special and exotic. So without further ado, let's begin. If you guys haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure to subscribe, leave a like and feel free to comment in my videos. Let's start off talking about the rarity of this car. As I mentioned before, this car is very rare because it is one of one. If you guys don't know what one of one means, it basically means there's only one copy of this car in the world. Unlike your average car which are mass produced, they have 100,000 copies, but this car has only one copy. If you guys have spotted this car before, that means you're extremely lucky because this car is not easy to find. So let me tell you the backstory of this car and how it was actually made. So back in 30 years ago, Mercedes and one other brand which I'm going to explain you later on were commissioned to build this car. The person who commissioned them had a very crazy idea of a high performance car. So Mercedes and the other brand were fully focused on building this very high performance car. So this other mysterious brand that I have mentioned before was named Lotek. Most of you guys haven't heard about this name, so that's why I'm here to explain. So Lotek was also a German car manufacturer brand that was founded in 1969. They used to focus on building race cars and tuning cars, then they shift their focus on building aerodynamic body kits for cars like Mercedes and Ferrari. So now you guys can understand that Lotek was a great brand to build this high performance hypercar with Mercedes. So in 1990s, Mercedes and Lotek had opportunity to build this car. So in 1995, the Lotek C1000 Mercedes was made. Designed by Lotek itself. As I mentioned before, Lotek was famous for making aerodynamic body kits, and by looking at the design of this car, it's pretty aerodynamic. And talking about the engine of the car, the engine was crafted by Mercedes itself, a 5.6 liter twin turbocharged V8 which produces a lot of horsepower. I'll get to it later on. So talking about the engine of this car, as I mentioned before, the engine of this car produces a lot of horsepower, and it actually does. The horsepower of this car is 968 horsepower, which is still unbelievable for a car that is 30 years old. And 0 to 60 was around 3.2 seconds. I know this may now sound impressive, but it's impressive for a car that is 30 years old. Right now, these days, cars like Dodge Demon 170 and Tesla Model S Plaid, they do that under 2 seconds. So talking about the top speed of this car was estimated to be 268 miles per hour, which again is a crazy number for a machine that is 30 years old. It is unbelievable to think that car is faster than most of the cars or supercars these days. So as the horsepowers were high and the top speeds were high, of course the price of the car would be high as well. So in 1991, this car costed around $3.6 million, which is around $7.7 million today. Talking about the design of this car, of course some of you may not like the design, and I can't disagree with that. But I find the design much unique and much special. But as you can see, the design is much sleek because it's aerodynamic and it looks like something from a different planet. But I personally like the rear end of this car. As you can see, the rear end looks like something from a spaceship, especially with those tail lights and the exhaust. So now let's talk about the front end of this car. I am not a huge fan of this front end. As you can see, it doesn't look good, but it doesn't look bad as well. I just think it looks alright since it was focused on performance rather than style and luxury. Let's talk about the interior of this car. Once you will get inside, you'll be greeted by a very beautiful red and black interior, and once you will sit inside, it'll feel like you're in an F1 car in a spaceship. It feels like a spaceship because of that huge windscreen, and it feels like a F1 car because of the interior itself. You will notice that this car is not luxury enough, unlike those other Mercedes hypercars like CLK GTR and SLR McLaren, but it feels like that you're in an F1 car. So now let's talk about the cool facts about this car. So the first fact that I want to bring up, that this car has sliding doors. You have seen sliding doors on Lamborghinis, McLarens and other modern supercars, but this car also has sliding doors. Another cool fact that I want to mention is related to its name. You see, the C1000 was not just named like that. It was named due to its horsepower, since it, as I mentioned before, it made 986 horsepower, which is close to 1000. So that's why it was named C1000. The third cool fact about this car is related to its interior. As I mentioned before, once you get inside, it will feel like that you're in an F1 car. It is because it has the components of an F1 car, such as the buttons and the steering wheel, also the layout. Guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you liked my video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget to share my videos. Allah Hafiz.